to get my back blown out in peace. You think I got time to talk about a divorce that's a year old?
When the news first broke, people didn't want to believe it. Teyana Taylor, the woman celebrated for her raw honesty, her bold artistry, and her unfiltered authenticity, suddenly found herself caught in a storm of whispers about contracts, staged romance, and love turned into strategy. And standing right beside her, caught in the same whirlwind, was actor Pierre, a rising star many believed had entered her life at exactly the right time. Together, they appeared to be a picture of healing and hope, a love story born from heartbreak and rebirth. After her very public split from Iman Shumpert, her husband of several years and the father of her children, fans were eager to see Teyana smile again, to see her find peace after years of emotional turbulence. Aaron seemed like the answer. Charming, talented, soft-spoken, yet magnetic, he gave the impression of a man who cherished her, who saw her not as a celebrity but as a woman worthy of calm and affection. Their chemistry seemed effortless. They were spotted hand in hand at events, laughing, exchanging glances that cameras eagerly captured. Each photo told the same story: two people finding love after pain. Social media devoured it. Fans called them couple goals. They reposted clips of the pair dancing, laughing, sharing quiet moments. But beneath all that beauty and warmth, some people weren't convinced. Even in those early months, there were murmurs, whispers that something about their story felt too smooth, too picture-perfect. Some fans pointed out that the timing seemed almost scripted. Aaron entering Teyana's life immediately after her split with Iman felt convenient, like a scene written in advance. And each time paparazzi just happened to be around to capture their outings, more eyebrows rose. Was this love? Or was it a production? Those suspicions grew when gossip blogs began hinting at inconsistencies, mismatched timelines, overlapping dates, and staged-looking photos that seemed almost too cinematic. What had once been viewed as pure romance slowly began to look like carefully crafted PR. Then came the leak that changed everything. One random afternoon, social media exploded with screenshots, alleged documents, and rumors that Teyana and Aaron had signed a mutual agreement. The supposed contract outlined financial terms, publicity strategies, and public appearance obligations. According to the leak, their relationship wasn't just emotional, it was business. Some documents suggested that specific red carpet appearances, interviews, and social media posts were pre-planned months in advance. The internet went into chaos. For fans who had rooted for Teyana's happiness, the revelation felt like betrayal. The same moments they had celebrated the photos, the smiles, the shared quotes about love and healing now looked like props in a Hollywood play. Memes began circulating almost instantly. Aaron was painted as the opportunist, the rising actor leveraging Teyana's fame to accelerate his career. Others mocked Teyana, saying she had fallen into the very fame trap she'd always warned others about. The backlash was sharp. But just as many people rushed to her defense, Teyana Taylor's fans, fiercely loyal and deeply protective, weren't ready to believe the worst. They reminded everyone that leaks in Hollywood are often exaggerated, half-truths twisted into narratives for clicks. Yes, maybe there was some sort of professional arrangement between her and Aaron, but did that automatically mean the love wasn't real? After all, in the entertainment industry, image management is part of the game. Some argued that Teyana had always been strategic about her career, always aware of how narratives shape perception. Maybe this wasn't manipulation, maybe it was simply her taking control of her story, just like she always had. Still, the silence that followed was deafening. Teyana didn't rush to deny the rumors. She didn't go live on Instagram or post a statement, as she'd done during past controversies. She stayed quiet, and that quietness carried weight. To her supporters, it meant she didn't owe anyone an explanation. But to her critics, it looked like guilt. Pierre's silence added fuel to the fire. Once the charming leading man standing proudly beside her, he seemed to fade into the background overnight. His social media went dark. His public appearances stopped. The man who had once been everywhere suddenly became nowhere. And that absence spoke volumes. As debates raged across platforms, old clips of Teyana and Aaron resurfaced. Fans replayed interviews frame by frame, analyzing body language. One clip of Aaron praising Teyana's artistry went viral again. Half the internet called it genuine admiration, the other half insisted it sounded scripted. A single photo of them at a gala became evidence of the alleged contract, with users claiming the pose matched an event listed in the supposed agreement. The internet had turned into a courtroom. Everyone was a detective, a lawyer, or a judge, dissecting every smile, every caption, every date. Industry insiders soon joined the conversation. Some said they weren't surprised that contract relationships have been part of Hollywood for decades. They claimed these arrangements help control public narratives, elevate careers, and soften reputations. It's not new, one anonymous producer allegedly said. It's just rare for the paperwork to leak. Others, though, argued that this situation felt different. Too detailed, too deliberate. If the leaks were real, this wasn't just about image, it was about manipulation. For Teyana, the implications are far deeper than a simple rumor. Her entire brand has always revolved around authenticity, raw emotion, artistic vulnerability, and realness in a world obsessed with perfection. She's never been afraid to show her scars or share her struggles. Fans have connected with her precisely because she wasn't Hollywood polished. So for her to now be accused of fabricating love, of turning intimacy into marketing, cuts at the very core of who people believe she is. It's not just a scandal. It's a credibility crisis. And for Pierre, the stakes are no smaller. As a rising actor with undeniable talent and growing fame, he's still shaping his identity in the public eye. For someone at that stage, perception is everything. If people start believing he used Teyana for exposure or connections, that reputation could stick forever. In Hollywood, stories like that follow you even if they're not true. But amid all the noise, one question keeps echoing. Was there really a deal? No one knows for sure. Some claim the documents are real, while others insist they're fabricated for clicks. No one from Teyana's or Aaron's team has confirmed or denied anything. Until they do, the truth remains buried somewhere between fact and fiction. Yet one thing is certain: the damage has already been done. The illusion of their love, once admired and envied, has been cracked. Even if both of them step forward tomorrow with proof that the leaks were fake, something about the magic they once shared will never feel quite the same. And that's the tragedy of modern celebrity love. One rumor, one screenshot, one silence too long, and everything changes. The question now is, what happens next? Will Teyana, the woman known for her strength, vulnerability, and command of her own narrative, finally speak up? Will she reclaim her story and set the record straight with her trademark mix of honesty and elegance, or will she let the noise fade naturally, refusing to explain herself to a world that often twists explanations into new headlines? And what about Aaron? Will he step into the spotlight again to defend himself, to share his truth? Or will he continue to stay quiet and let the gossip define his legacy? Because in today's digital age, silence doesn't always protect, sometimes it only deepens the wound. The longer the truth stays hidden, the more permanent the damage becomes. As the world waits, one thing is painfully clear: the image of Teyana Taylor and Aaron Pierre's love, once viewed as a symbol of rebirth and resilience, now stands cracked under the weight of speculation. Whether it can ever be repaired depends entirely on how or if they decide to face it together. In the end, this story isn't just about celebrity romance. It's a reflection of the blurred lines between authenticity and performance in modern fame. Behind every perfect photo and dreamy caption, there's a question we all keep asking: what's real and what's for show? Maybe the most heartbreaking part of it all isn't that fans were fooled, but that they wanted so badly to believe. Because for a brief moment, Teyana and Aaron's story reminded everyone that love could still rise from heartbreak, that two people could rebuild after loss. And whether or not that love was ever real, that hope, fleeting as it was, is what made the world fall in love with them in the first place.